Hello guys, in these slides we are going to discuss the calibration curve under the estimation of total phenolic content by following CO-Caltube method. A calibration curve is a curve or table for a measuring instrument which measures some parameter indirectly, giving values for the desired quantity as a function of values of sensor output. Here, for example, as we are using the calorimeter or spectrophotometer, there you are going to observe the instrument is going to measure under some parameters indirectly, giving the values for the desired quantities. The desired quantities, whatever we are going to submit, that is the standard series and also the samples which we are going to subject, and we are according to the sensor output we are going to get the measurements. Those are the datas. Those datas are according to the concentration of analyte. Whatever the analytes we are submitted, both the standards and the sample, and the instrument responses for each standard can be fit to a straight line using linear regression analysis. Now here, when you are going to consider this only particular line, this second point, this is explaining regarding to the single line which is drawn in the graph, where it is going to have only the standard series of the sample which we are using. So that is the analyte. Now here in the previous point we have spoken about the both, but here also on the higher influencing side it is speaking about the desired quantity as a function of values. Now here also there is the standard series where the measurement is done under the parameter indirectly to get the values, and those are going to get fit into straight line, where this straight line is further subjected to the linear regression. Now here both if you are going to take the standard graph or the line graph, after that even that line graph is going to show the straight line. But as we are discussing about the linear regression line is always going to fall in the straight line format. So here further that model can be described by the equation y is equal to mx plus y naught. So here when you are going to consider this y is equal to mx plus y naught, this is totally whatever the explanation has been spoken here. But when you are going to consider the linear regression, this can be some more elaborated, where here it is called to as the common statistical data. Here common statistical data analysis technique, it is called to be as. It is used to determine the extent to which there is a linear relationship between two variables. Out of that, one variable will be dependent and the other variable will be independent. The dependent variable is the y-axis in the graph, and the independent variable is the x-axis. So here in the y-axis, what we are going to subject, the values which we are going to subject in the form of the scale on the y-axis is the absorbance, and whatever we are going to subject or place the values on the x-axis is the concentration of the compound. Now when you are going to consider the y-axis is having the absorbance which is got through the parameter indirectly governed by the instrument, where the desired quantity has been observed, okay, with the help of the sensor output, and we are going to table the measuring, and also we are going to take the curve. This is what the exact meaning of this particular calibration curve. When you are going to consider this linear regression further, The linear regression is to fit a straight line to your data. In its simplest form, it is to find the slope and the intercept b for fitting your data. Now here the formula is going to fall. Y corresponds to product of mx plus b. Now here x and y are one-dimensional data arrays. X is the one dimension and y is the other dimension. If y corresponds to m of x plus b is a good fit, then x can be used to predict or explain y or vice versa. So here out of these two variables x and y, out of this we are going to consider any one to be calculated or to be identified or quantified. So here if you are going to take the y as the dependent variable and x as the independent variable, always the independent variable is going to have the value that we are going to identify with the help of the dependent variable. So here when you're going to consider this formula, we are going to discuss this formula with the formula which has been shown with the linear regression, which was explained through the calibration curve. Here the same formula I have mentioned here, the same formula is going to be exactly the same as here. These both are the same, but certainly the explanations are going to differ according to the experiment. Those explanations are going to differ, but the values which we are going to consider here in the graphs, those are going to remains the same, but as per the experiment, as per the requirement, with the help of the words, we are going to differ the or change or make a little change in the explanation or putting across the whatever the lines required. So here y is equal to mx plus y naught, y is equal to mx plus b. Now when you're going to consider y is the instrument response and m represents the sensitivity, b is a constant that describes the background, x analyte concentration of unknown sample may be calculated from this equation. Now when you're going to consider y is the instrument response, what is the instrument response we got? The instrument response we got is the absorbance at which we are going to measure the absorbance of our desired samples. Let it be both whatever the standard series and the sample, but according to the linear regression, what is going to get plotted, that linear regression line will be totally because of the standard series. So here the instrument response given to the standard series, that will be considered, and x analyte concentration of unknown sample. This x analyte concentration of unknown sample is nothing but we are going to identify or quantify or calculate the variable which is present here, but this independent variable is going to be calculated with the help of the whatever the linear regression we got. Now when you're going to consider the b is a constant that describes the background. Here when you're going to consider this b is again a y-intercept. Here when you're going to draw a linear regression line, this linear regression line always intercepts the y-axis at one point, where it is going to be constantly remain for that particular values which you have developed, for which you have developed the linear regression line. So here this y-intercept is going to be constant, and further m represents the sensitivity. So here when you are going to consider whatever the values of the standard series which has been taken through the instrument, through that this particular linear regression line passes. it is going to create a slope. This is the slope which is going to correspond to both the x and the y axis, where these particular values has got scattered around. According to that, this slope is going to develop a value that is going to be as the called to be as the slope value, or the it is here according to the experiment we are going to consider it to be as the represents the sensitivity. Here the sensitivity which has been seen. Further, calibration curve provides a reliable way to calculate the uncertainty of the concentration calculated from the calibration curve. Calibration curve provides data on a empirical relationship. So here, if you're going to consider both the points on the uncertain basis, on the uncertain factors, behalf of having these uncertain factors, the calibration curve is going to provide the reliable way to calculate this particular concentration. Now further, if you are going to consider the empirical relationship is nothing but that the calculation or whatever the linear regression has been formed, linear regression line has been developed. This linear regression line developed is going to be because of whatever the values and the observations which has been considered. Here it is not theoretically mentioned. That is what the explanation here. Now I hope this slide is clear for you. Well, in this slide you can see that absorbance scale is dependent on the concentration of the compound. Here you can see the whatever the desired volumes which has been subjected in the instrument, that is the spectrophotometer, has given the values indirectly under certain parameters. Now here whatever the values we got, those values has been put on the graph with the help of the scattered graph plot. Even you can put these values on any line graph, but after that you are supposed to develop the regression line. Now here this regression line is going to generate a value with the corresponding style of the whatever the formula which we have discussed here in this slide. Now here this particular regression line is showing two different values, that is 0.001 and 0.0427. Under this, if you are going to consider the complete formula, it is similar to y is equal to mx plus b. Now this particular b is the y-intercept which is going to fall here. When you are going to consider this y-intercept value, it will be 0.0427. Here this is the 0.1. Below to this, whatever the values you are going to measure from 0, it will be 0.0. It is going to start from 0.01. Now when you are going to consider, there are around 5 divisions. So when you are going to consider this, the 0.0427, it is going to fall here, as each division is going to contribute 20 units, that is the 0.02 value, here 0.04, and a little difference has made it to be 0.0427 as the constant for this particular y-intercept. The 0.001 is the slope constant which has been got developed, which is going to have much more explanation. So here we are going to limit the explanation on the slope, and whatever the value we got, that we are going to put across on the m variable where it is going to have the value, and x we are going to quantify, and y will be the absorbance of the unknown sample which we are going to quantify for the x. Now here in this particular lines we have discussed that x and y are one dimensional data arrays. If y is equal to mx plus b is a good fit, then we can calculate either the x explaining or predicting the y, or the y explaining or predicting the x, vice versa. So here this is what this particular explanation on this slide is going to describe. Now further, in the next slide, the absorbance was plotted against the standard volumes. Now here the absorbance has been plotted against the standard volumes. The standard volumes are in the form of the concentration of the gallic acid. Now further is the regression line to this graph is used to determine the polyphenols equivalence in the various samples to be analyzed. Now here further the regression line is this one, as we have discussed, used to determine the polyphenols concentration of the pure compounds, where y is equal to absorbance, m is equal to gradient, as we have said in the slope. Whatever the gradient has been determined, that has been mentioned, that value will be considered, and x is equal to concentration of unknown to be quantified, and this shows the different responses of the compounds. Now when we are going to consider here the y is the instrument response, it is going to correspond to this particular y is equal to absorbance. So instrument response is the absorbance. M represents the sensitivity, so the sensitivity is the gradient on the slope, and B is constant that describes the background, which is already we have mentioned in the previous slide, and X is the concentration of unknown that we are going to be quantify and going to be find out. And further, when you are going to consider this particular formula, this particular generated value which has been taken from here, this has been put here, and we are going to subject this to identify these values. We are going to subject these values to identify the phenolic compounds in microgram per ml. Now when you are going to subject all these values, you are going to get this particular amount of the phenol compounds, which is 259 microgram per ml. Now which is approximately equal, or it can be converted to 0.259 milligram per ml. Now further, when you are going to consider this same formula of y is equal to mx plus b, where we have considered this to be as the x is equal to y minus b of divided by m. Here the deriving of this formula doesn't give the negative value, where here we are going to consider the positive summation value itself between the variables, where y is equal to mx plus b is going to get derived as x is equal to y plus b divided by m. Now further, when you are going to subject the values, you are going to get the value as 343 microgram per ml, that is equal to 0.343 milligram per ml. As we have taken around 10 milligrams in 5 ml, which is the methanol extract, where in the methanol we have dissolved this particular 10 milligram, where the methanol is of 5 ml. So here each ml of the solution for the unknown sample contains 2 milligrams of the sample extract. So when you are going to consider this 0.259 milligrams per ml of the what are the polyphenols or the gallic acid equivalents, where it is going to be of 2 milligrams of the extract. So 0.259 milligrams of milligram per ml of the gallic acid equivalents per gram of the gallic acid. So in the sense here, if you are going to consider, you are going to subject these values to calculate the exact amount of the milligrams of the gallic acid equivalents for the polyphenols is to be 0.259 divided by 2. This 2 is for the 2 milligrams of the methanol extract has been taken into consideration, and further it will be multiplied by 1000. This 1000 is nothing but the 1000 milligrams in the single gram of the weight. So we get 129.5 milligram per gram of phenol in methanol extract sample. In the same manner, here we are going to do all the calculations, except the change is that here the summation will take place and here the subtraction will take place. So I have come across this type of the calculation also. So here I have taken this, even this into the consideration. Now added to this, I have taken the total phenolic content of the extract was expressed as milligram gallic acid equivalents per gram of sample in dry weight. So here we have mentioned milligram per gram. This is the same kind of the values we have taken here, milligram per gram, because we have taken the dry extract and we have dissolved it in the 5 ml. So here we have done, we have not taken any whatever the previous solution without, which is not where the polyphenols are in the liquid state. So as what we have taken, according to that we have done this valuation or calculation. Now further, when you are going to consider in this, we are going to take the or consider the formula C is equal to C of V by M, where C is equal to total phenolic content milligram gallic acid equivalents per gram dry extract, that we are going to calculate. We are going to calculate that one. Further, the lowercase c is nothing but concentration of gallic acid obtained from calibration curve in milligram per ml. Now here concentration of the gallic acid obtained is nothing but this one, 0.259 milligram per ml. So here you can see calibration curve in milligram per ml. So that concentration we are going to take. Further is volume of extract in ml. Volume of extract is 1 ml. So whatever the volume of extract we have taken is the 1 ml. So here 1 ml of the extract we have taken in even in the sample, that we are considering here in the formula. So here V is equal to 1 ml, C is equal to 0.259 milligram per ml, that is the gallic acid equivalence milligram per gram, sorry, per ml. Here further, whatever the M is the mass of the extract in gram. Mass of the extract in gram is nothing but here, as I have told, 2 milligrams. 2 milligrams, if we convert to grams, it will be 0.002 grams. When you are going to subject all these values, it is going to give concentration of 129.5 milligrams of gram of phenols in methanol extract sample. Here even you can write it as the milligrams of gallic acid equivalents per gram of methanol extract sample. In the same manner, here also we have taken the values. The only value is going to differ between these is concentration of the gallic acid obtained from calibration, that is 0.343 milligram per ml. So this is how here we get 171.5 milligram per gram of phenols in methanol extract sample. So here with this, it is going to be very clear that with the help of the linear regression line, we are getting the exact values if we consider any kind of the formula which has been subjected. So here with this, I will end these slides, and I request to share this content with your friends and colleagues and to others, and also to your students as per the requirement. If there is any wrong which has been explained in this, please comment below and help us to rectify ourselves and to give the other good content. If not, please help us with the new topics where we can work out and produce much more information for your to you, so to serve better at your request. So here we will come up with new formulas also, so that to rectify and to verify whether it is going to fall under the same bound of the linear regression, and does we get the similar values, so that we can verify that what the amount we are calculating or quantifying through these formulas under the linear regression concept is the true one or trustworthy one. Thank you very much for tuning Big Book and helping us and encouraging us by watching our videos. Please share, like, and comment below, and share the word of our channel, The Learner's Big Book. Thank you very much.